There are towns across America that time forgot. Abandoned mining camps, half empty mill villages, places where weeds outnumber people. But tonight, I want to tell you about a town that didn't fade into obscurity. Instead, it actually struck a deal. One that kept it alive, but left it hollow. A town that rented its very name. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tales of the Beard. I am the beard that tells the tales, Matt, and I'm super excited to travel back to, well, the late 1800s, like we do so very often, and tell you about a unique town that hopefully, maybe, isn't something you've ever heard of before. So without further ado, let's travel back to the late 1800s, where it all began. The settlement was called Hallowford, a quiet mill town nestled by the river, built on sawdust and sweat. For a while, it thrived. Families, they filled the houses. The mills whistled, marked the day's end, kind of like the Flintstones. And the church bells, they carried across the water every Sunday morning. But like so many places, Hallowford fell victim to time. The mill dried up. The young ones, they left. The streets, they emptied. By the 1970s, only a couple hundred stubborn souls remained. And that's when the mayor, out of desperation, or maybe even madness, signed the first contract. He leased the town's name. It began innocently enough. A soda company for 10 years, the official town named on maps, on signs, even in the post office, was called Coca-Cola Junction. Checks rolled in, and the town survived. People laughed at the gimmick. At least we're still here, they would say with a half smile on their face. But some noticed the river water fizz strangely when it hit the rocks. Kids swore they saw bubbles rising even in winter. A fisherman claimed he pulled a catfish out of the water with its scales coated in syrup. He never ate it. He left town, well, really soon after. And after that, the idea snowballed. Pepsi Crossing, Sunoco Springs, Amazon Acres. Each time, more money, but also more strangeness. During the Sunoco years, oil slicks, they shimmered on the river. Ducks, they wouldn't land anymore. And fires, they started without cause. When it became Amazon Acres, packages appeared at every doorstep. Nobody ordered them. Nobody delivered them. The contents? Always wrong. A winter coat in July, a dog leash, and a house without a dog, a wedding dress delivered to a widower. And then came Black Star Technologies. That was when things turned dark. No one remembers signing that contract. No one remembers who made the deal. One day, the welcome sign changed. The next, steel towers rose on the edges of town, shining, humming, covered in blinking red lights. No construction crews, no trucks, just towers. At night, they pulsed. Locals said they could feel the vibrations in their teeth. Dogs howled endlessly. Sleep became impossible. And then, slowly, people started leaving, packing in silence, never saying goodbye. Just like that one friend that does the Irish goodbye at the bar. They're there one minute, they're gone the next. The strange part, a census was conducted the next year. The population hadn't changed, not by a single soul. But now, the town doesn't have a name that anyone remembers. At the entrance, there's a digital sign that flickers between brands like a broken neon light. Sometimes it reads Google Glen, other times Nike Heights. Sometimes it's just static. Ask the locals where they live, and they hesitate. Here, they'll say, just here. I just live here. Maps, they update constantly, never the same twice. Even the post office doesn't bother with names anymore. Letters arrive addressed only to resident, and they always arrive. Always arrive. The people left, they don't talk about it much, but behind closed doors, they whisper. What if the next lease isn't to a company? What if the contract gets signed by, well, something else? Something that doesn't want money, but something more. A name, a soul, a place to live. And what happens then when the town finally remembers it was once Hallowford and realize it's far too late? So if you're ever driving down a back road and see a sign for a town you've never heard of, don't trust it. It may not exist tomorrow. Or worse, it might. And it's waiting for a new name, a new master. After all, when a place gives up its name, it gives up its identity. And when identity is gone, something else is bound to claim it. Welcome to the town that rented its name. And that's all we have for you on another episode of Tales of the Beard. Hopefully, you enjoyed it as much as I did. Guess what? I had so much fun. I'm going to come back and do this all over again next week. And hopefully, you'll be back as well. If not, it's been real and nice to know you. Take care, everybody.